Today you are going to learn how to time block your day so that it is as productive as it can be. You will learn what time blocking is, why it might be beneficial for you, how exactly to create a schedule using the time blocking method, and finally I'm going to give you 3 extra tips at the end so that when you start it is definitely a success. Hi, it's Mariana. Welcome to my channel where I talk about productivity and productivity systems, reading and note-taking strategies, and different ways how you can achieve your goals. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you have been watching my videos regularly, you might have noticed that I'm a big fan of Cal Newport, author of many best-selling books, for example, So Good They Can't Ignore You, Deep Work, or Digital Minimalism. He is also a computer science professor and most recently the host of the Deep Questions with Cal Newport podcast that I highly recommend. Over the years, I have implemented a lot of suggestions from Cal Newport, most recently the way he works with his email, and I found it really useful. But this is for maybe another video, and if you would like to see it, let me know down below and I might make it for you. But today is about a different time management technique that Cal Newport uses, and that is time blocking. First of all, what is time blocking? You divide your day into blocks of time, and each block of time is dedicated to accomplishing one specific task or group of tasks and nothing else. So instead of having a long to-do list at the beginning of a day, you will always have a very concrete schedule that lays out what work is going to be done and when. The way Cal Newport does it, he creates this schedule always the day before as part of his work shutdown routine. When you're going to start with time blocking, you will realize you will need to learn how to say no more often, because you will now need to find time for each task that you say yes to. But you will also realize that you will get a lot more done, because maybe in the past you would be working the whole day on a report, but at the same time you would be checking your emails every 15 minutes and answering the new ones. Well, not anymore, because you're not only going to schedule what is the deep work, or in this case it would be writing your report, but also your shallow work, which in this case would be the emails. So for example, you will say that between 1 and 3 you will have focused work. You're going to work on your report and you will not check your email, you will not check your phone, you will not talk to anyone. Those 120 minutes are going to be all about writing this report. And you can schedule the shallow work, the emails, for example, before and after, so that you have 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after when you're going to answer those emails. And you will find out that in this way you get way more done, because in the past, if you were writing a report and then answering emails at the same time, you really could not get much done with your report, because you were constantly going away from it and it took you some time to get back into writing your report. So now this is going to be solved for you. So how do you do it? It is important that you capture your tasks in one place so that it is easy for you to review it every day, and then taking into consideration also your weekly plan, maybe your monthly and quarterly goals, you create a schedule for the next day. You can use tools like Google Calendar or services like Planyway, which allows you to incorporate, for example, Trello boards, or you can use a simple pen and paper like Cal Newport does. So how he does it is he writes down all the hours of his workday. Every hour has 2 lines, and then he has 2 columns. One for the schedule that he's creating in the evening, and the second column is for possible alterations throughout the day if something needs to be changed. Cal Newport usually spends about 10 to 20 minutes on this schedule, and he says that it's absolutely worth it. Time blocking is pretty straightforward concept and it's easy to start with, but when you are new, there are some problems you might run into. So I have 3 tips for you that you should keep in mind so that when you start, it's definitely a success. Number 1, people tend to underestimate how much time something will take them. Don't worry, you will learn how to estimate how much time is something taking you, but at the beginning, maybe double your estimation. Number 2, if you're unsure how long something is going to take you, there is an option how to incorporate that into your time blocking schedule. So for example, you will schedule between 10 and 12 writing a report. But when you're writing the schedule, you're unsure, is it going to take you 2 hours or maybe 3 hours? Well, there's an option for you. From 12 to 1, you can schedule 2 options. You can write there writing a report or answering emails. So in this way, when you finish your first block, you can evaluate, do you need to continue working on this report or are you finished? And it is a good idea that the second task that you have as an option in this block between 12 and 1 is something that is not urgent, so that if you need to continue working on your report, you can do that, and you can do the second task at some other time, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And number 3, don't schedule 8 hours of deep work. Not even Cal Newport does that. Set yourself for success. If up until now you have done maybe 1 or 2 hours a day of focused deep work, you don't want to schedule 8 hours straight. You will not succeed. It's very similar to exercise. If up until today you have done maybe maximum 1 kilometer of running, you would not go and sign up for a marathon for this weekend, right? And it's similar with deep work. You need to increase it gradually. So maybe you start with just 1 or 2 time blocks a day, and those time blocks are fairly short, maybe just 30 or 45 minutes. And then you gradually increase it maybe to 90 minutes or even 2 hours per time block, and maybe you have several of those blocks throughout the day. I actually have several videos where I talk about how to increase your focus and concentration at work so that your mind is not wandering somewhere else and you really get things done. So if you're struggling with this, make sure you check them out. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.